Hello students. So we are doing the topic manager's commission and I'm going to take one question. Question number 7. A and B are partners in a firm. Their profit sharing ratio is given to you as 2:3. Their capitals are given as A's capital rupees 4 lakh and B's capital rupees 8 lakh. Both partners will get interest on their capitals at the rate of 10% per annum. Then this we will read afterwards. The profit for the year prior to calculation of interest on capital is rupees 6 lakh, means net profit is given to you rupees 6 lakhs. Now we have to calculate the commission. Now children, we are doing the topic manager's commission, but I told you that there are two types of commission. One is partner's commission and the other is manager's commission. So in this question, they have not asked us to charge the manager's commission. They have asked us to charge the partner's commission. B, who is a partner, he is entitled a commission of 10% on net profits remaining after deduction of interest on capital. So first we will read till here. This sentence means that B will get commission on rupees on the net profit at the rate of 10%, but not on 6 lakh, because they are saying profit on net profit remaining after deduction of interest on capital, means from 6 lakh we first have to deduct the total interest on capital of both the partners A and B, and whatever amount we will get, then on that amount we will get commission, but before charging any commission. So you know what we do in case of before charging? We take the percentage straight away. So here the rate is 10%, so we will take 10 upon 100. Now coming to A. A is entitled a commission of 8% of net profit remaining after deducting interest on capital. So till here the case is same. B is also entitled to commission on 10% on net profit after deducting interest on capital, and A is also entitled to get 8% of net profit as his commission after deducting interest on capital. So same we will do. We will deduct the interest on capital of both the partners from 6 lakh, and whatever amount we will get, we will charge 8% rate. But here it says, and after charging all commissions. So after charging all commissions means one commission we have given before giving to A. We have given B's commission. So what we have to do in A's case? In A's case, we will deduct first of all interest on capital of both the partners from 6 lakh. Then after that, we will deduct the amount of commission that we have given to B, and whatever amount we will be having then we will give 8% of that after charging, means 8 upon 108 we will give to A. So now just look at the solution. First of all, I have calculated interest on capital because the question says that we have to give them the percentage of net profit remaining after deducting interest on capital. So first I have calculated A's interest on capital, then I have calculated B's interest on capital, then I added both of these and we got this amount, rupees 1,20,000. Now we have deducted 1,20,000 from the net profit that was given in the question, 6 lakh. So that comes to 4,80,000. Now in case of A, 4,80,000 will be taken as it is, because the question is saying that only on this amount he will get 10% rate as his commission before charging such commission. So 10 upon 100 you will get 48,000. But in the case of A, what the question is saying, that we also have to deduct the commission. So from 4,80,000 which we got after deducting interest of both the partners on capital, 4,80,000 minus 48,000. B's commission we have deducted here, we will get 4,32,000, and on that we will give him at the rate of 8% after charging. So 8 upon 108 we will write here, and we will get 32,000. So this is B's commission and this is A's commission. Now in this question I have written a note that this is not manager's commission, that is partner's commission, and partner's commission is an appropriation of profit, not a charge against profit. So this will be shown in profit and loss appropriation account only, not in P&L account. So you will make the format, and on the debit side you will show partner's commission. Why on the debit side? Because it is also paid to the partners by the partnership firm, and whatever is given to the partners, interest on capital, salary, commission, that is shown on the debit side only. All right, students, so do this question. Now coming to the next topic for today, and that is fixed capitals. So you all know the only difference between fixed capital and fluctuating capital is that in case of fluctuating capital, we make only one account for the partners, and that is partners capital account. But in case of fixed capitals, we make two accounts. First is partners capital account and the second one is partners current account. And all the adjustments that are related to profit and loss appropriation account, such as interest on partners capital, partners salary, commission, drawings and interest on drawings, all these things are shown in partners current account, not in partners capital account. In partners capital account, we only show the opening capital that is brought by the partners, or in case in between they have brought any additional capital or there is a permanent withdrawal from capital, that is shown in the capital account. All right. So we are going to look at one illustration so that we can understand how to do the questions of fixed capital properly. All right, look at this illustration. The question says here, A and B are partners sharing profits and losses in the ratio 2:1. This is their profit sharing ratio. A's capital is given to you as rupees 10 lakh and B's capital is rupees 5 lakh on 1st April 2016. So these are their opening capitals. Each partner is entitled to 8% per annum interest on capital. 8%, A will get, and at the rate of 8% only B will get interest on capital. B is also entitled to a salary of 3,500 per month. So it's given per month. You will multiply it by 12 and you will get per annum. Now, B is entitled to salary together with, means besides this salary, he will also get a commission of 10% on net profit remaining after deducting interest on capital and salary and after charging his commission. So what the question is saying here, the question we just did, it's similar to that only. Means net profit will be taken after deducting interest on capital and also deducting the amount of salary that is payable to B. And then we will, after charging this, we will give him the commission at the rate of 10 upon 110 because it's written after charging such commission. Profits are given to you. The profit for the year ended 31st March 2017 prior to calculation of interest on capital, but after charging salary of B amounted to 4,50,000. Now students, I told you that how we have to calculate the true profit. So from this profit, they have not deducted interest on capital, but they have deducted salary, B's salary. So can you say this is a true profit? No, this is not the true net profit because salary has already been deducted. So when we will add back B's amount of salary in this, then only we will get true net profit. But in this question, we were asked to calculate B's commission on the net profit remaining after deducting interest on capital and after deducting B's salary. So in this, salary is already deducted. So we just have to deduct interest on capital and on that we will calculate B's commission. So look here. This is the profit and loss appropriation account that you are going to make firstly. So by profit and loss account, what they have done here, in 4,50,000, they have added back the salary, 3,500 into 12 because per month was given. So 42,000 they have got added back so that they can get the corrected or the true profit. And from this amount, they will give these things. To B's salary, 42,000 interest on capitals, they have calculated. And to B's commission 30,000, and then the profits will be transferred to partner's current account. Now this is important, current account. You can see both the things written here, capital and current, capital and current. It's because in this question they have asked both the things, means you have to do with both the methods, when capitals are fixed, when capitals are fluctuating. That's why they have written like this. So what we are going to do in the first case, when the capitals are fixed, when the capitals are fixed, then in this case we are first going to make partner's capital account, and then we will make partner's current account. Now what we are going to show in partner's capital account? Only the amount of capitals that the partners have brought. A brought 10 lakh rupees as his capital and B brought 5 lakh rupees as his capital. So we have shown it here. If there would have been any additional capital, suppose in this question only it was written that A has brought 1 lakh rupees as additional capital on 1st October, then you would have written here 1st October 2016 by bank account, and in A's column 1 lakh rupees, because that was the additional capital he had brought. That we would have shown in capital account only. And suppose if there would have been a permanent withdrawal from capital, suppose the question says that B has withdrawn rupees 2 lakh from his capital, all right, then we would have, and the date would also be given in the question. Suppose on the same date, 1st October. So we would write here 1st October 2016. We will write it before to balance carried down. We will write it here on 1st October 2016 to bank, and we will write in B's column rupees 2 lakh. Why I am telling you this? Because in the questions that you will be doing later, there you might get additional capital also and permanent withdrawal also. So you have to keep this in mind, what we have to show in the capital accounts. Okay, so I'm writing this here. So suppose A has brought additional capital of rupees 1 lakh. On which date? We have taken 1st October 2016. Then we would write here first, or you would write October 1, because we have written 2016 on the top, and in A's column you would have written 1 lakh. Or another example is, if it was given that B has withdrawn rupees 2 lakh from his capital, then before writing balance carried down, we will first write 2016 in the dates column, October 1st, to bank, and in B's column we would write 2 lakh rupees. So this is just an example to let you understand. So in this question they have first made capital accounts and then they have made current accounts. In the capital accounts they have only showed the amount of capital brought by the partners, and rest of the working is shown in the current account. Means whatever you are going to transfer from the profit and loss appropriation account, that will be shown here. Salary, interest on capital, commission, profit transferred from P&L appropriation account, all these things will be shown in the current account only. And you can see in the journal entries also, everything has been transferred to partners' current accounts and not to partners' capital account. If this would have been the question of fluctuating capitals, then everything would be straight away credited to partners' capital account only directly, and we would make in that case only one account, that is partners' capital account. Okay, and we would show everything here, the capitals brought by the partners and the P&L appropriation amount, all the things, adjustments given in P&L appropriation account. Then we would have made only one account. But because the question we are going to do now, those will be the questions of fixed capital, that's why we have to make two accounts. First will be the capital accounts and next will be the current accounts of partners. Okay, so one more thing in this question. Look at the calculation of partners' commission. 4,50,000 was given to you and you have to calculate, the question said that you have to calculate B's commission on net profit remaining after deducting interest on capital and B's salary. But B's salary is already deducted here because the question is saying that the profit prior to calculation of interest on capital but after charging B's salary is this. So we will only deduct interest on capital, that is rupees 1,20,000 from 4,50,000. Then you will get the amount 3,30,000, and on this 3,30,000 you will give the commission to B at the rate of 10 upon 110, Why we have taken 110? Because it's written in the question after charging his commission. So on the basis of this illustration, I'm going to give you 2 questions that you have to do in your registers. Alright, so the first question that you have to do is question number 8. And then next question that you have to do, question number 9. Both these questions are the questions of fixed capitals. And one thing I want to tell you in question number 9. In question number 9, one point is given, interest on partner's loan at the rate of 12% per annum. So for now, you have to ignore this point, because in this question, the net profit that is given to you from that interest on partner's loan has already been deducted, which means you will straight away pass rupees 85,000 in the profit and loss appropriation account on the credit side. All right, because this topic, interest on partner's loan, we will be doing in the rest of the questions. So this is just for creating confusion. Otherwise, we don't have to do anything with this in this question. All right, and in this question, you have additional capital also. You have permanent withdrawal also. So keep in mind what I told you, that whenever there is an additional capital or permanent withdrawal, that has to be shown in capital account, and whatever adjustments are given from the P&L appropriation account, that will be shown in the current account. So these 2 questions you have to do. Rest we will do in the next class.